Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Cattle Site, and today we're here with Dr. Trey Gellert. He is a veterinarian at Four Star Veterinary Service based in Ohio. Thanks for being with us today, Trey.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys coming out.
Very good. And today, Trey and I are in Celina, Ohio, and we are at the 2025 Beef on Dairy Producer Summit that is being put on by Four Star Veterinary Service. So appreciate your time today, and you are fresh off of the stage, having just talked today, and you spoke about the 3 most stressful days for a beef on dairy calf. So we're going to break that into those 3 days. What are the keys to success before weaning?
Yeah, so the 3 most stressful days of a calf's life is going to be the day it's weaned, the day it's born, and the day it gets put on a truck. Okay. So really this talk was focused on trying to set that calf up for success around that time of weaning, before weaning, during weaning, and then after weaning.
Okay, and let's talk about before. What are the keys to success before weaning? What do you need to do?
So before weaning, really what we want to do is start programming that calf at a young age. We want to get the stressful events done. We want to vaccinate that calf and get it in a good immune status prior to weaning. We want to dehorn and castrate that calf before we get to the point of around weaning. You know, the younger the better, but we don't want to do it around that time of weaning. We also, the biggest thing is we want to feed it plenty of milk replacer, and we want to get it big enough, but we really want to push that grain intake. We want to start that rumen development. We want to get that rumen development going, so that calf, when we do wean it, when we remove it from milk, it's able to go right out, get weaned, and start on grain.
Very good. And let's talk now about around the time of weaning. What should producers be doing then?
So around the time of weaning, so weaning to me is full removal of milk, but around that time of weaning, they need to start doing a milk step down program. Instead of just doing cold turkey, you know, they're getting fed 15 ounces twice a day. We need to reduce that. Maybe go to 5 or 10 ounces, and then go to once a day feeding to start adjusting that calf. And then also what that does, it helps increase the grain intake even more. Mm-hmm. Get that grain intake more, so that calf has the ability, when we do wean it, to go get more grain. The other thing we can do is right after weaning, leave that calf in the pen or leave that calf in the hutch. What that's going to do is going to program that calf, is going to change that calf's mindset from, hey, you're bringing me milk every day. You're bringing me grain. You're bringing me water. And it's like, oh, hey, I need to go find grain. I need to go find milk. So when we do, and we'll talk about that, you know, after weaning. But when we do remove those pens, they're programmed to, hey, you're not bringing me stuff. I need to go find it.
Right. Very good. And now let's switch over to after weaning. What should a producer be doing?
Yeah, so after weaning, like we said, we've lifted the pens. We left them in those pens for 3 days after weaning, and now they're commingled. They're out in the pens. We want to have plenty of bunk space. We want to have around 12 inches of calf. We want to have plenty of water space. Probably have 2 different waters in there, and they want to be open trough waters. We want them to have them so they're not too high, so that, you know, they can get their neck in there. But we want to have an open trough water. 1 linear inch per calf minimum. More water, the better.
Minimize the competition.
Minimize competition, and calves like to do things in groups. Yeah. You know, they like to do a lot of things together, and we never want to inhibit that calf, because the calves that get pushed back first are the calves that need it the most. Right. So the calves that get pushed back first, they need to be the ones at the bunk anyway, or at the water trough. So to do that, we want to have calf comfort. We want to have great bedding. We want to have great ventilation. And we don't have too many calves in a pen. We want to have a manageable, so calves don't get lost and pushed back too much.
Right. Very good. And all this is really setting them up for transport, for other things, right?
Yeah. So it's setting the calf up for the rest of its life. You know, in a typical dairy beef situation, we might have that calf for 12 weeks, but, you know, we have the most important 12 weeks of that calf's life, and it's going to set up the calf for the next year and a half, or the next 12, 13 months. So we have to realize that how important our job is to set that calf up, for transport, but even just going to the next person so they have a high-quality product and a high-quality calf to deal with.
Yeah, and we heard from a calf rancher today, and he was talking a lot about that, like give me the best calf that I can work with, right?
Yeah, right. The better calf we can send, you know, it's just everyone wants to send a good calf. The whole point of this is, at the end of the day, is to create beef. And I think if everyone pitches in and they do a good job, and if we do the best thing for the calf, we're going to do we're gonna do what we need to do.
Right. And what you were talking about very much the before weaning, that takes some planning, right? Because we did hear today people saying, don't vaccinate and try to wean. Don't, you know what I mean? You have to have timing laid out for some of these things, right? Trey?
Yeah. You got to have a plan before the calf even gets there. It's not something where the calf shows up and you're like, well, I guess I need to, need to start making decisions. You're like, no, you need to have a thought out, laid out plan before the calf even hits your barn. Because by the time that calf hits your barn, you're like, you got to vaccinate it. You got to start planning when you're going to do what. You got to have grain available. You got to have milk available. So really, the planning process starts before you even get the calf.
Very good, excellent. Well, thank you so much for all the information today, Trey.
Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
This is Sarah Mikesell with the Cattle Site.